How's it going? Welcome to Mr. Boo. I am Mr. Boo, and let's just jump straight into it. So thank God it's December and I can grow my beard again. So today we're going to change the bushings for the sway bar on Sierra's Forester because her suspension is still making a clunking noise, and that's almost the last thing that even has to be replaced, and they're super cheap. So I want to do that. I happen to get the wiring that I need to hopefully hook up the cruise control. We'll go through that when we get to it. We might not get to that today. We'll see. The sway bar bushings should be super quick. We just need to move cars around, and while we're moving cars around, I'm going to give you guys a drive in Sierra's car so that you can hear the clunking and the popping and the annoyingness. Okay, so we're just going to take a short cruise in Sierra's Forester. Coach. If you're watching Sierra, I'm sorry. Her Forester always gets the brunt of the force of whatever is happening. It just is what it is. I mean, hers is a bit more beat up, so that's kind of just the way it goes. We bought it a little loved. It's hard to find a Subaru in like pristine condition, in really good condition, because people know that they can take the abuse for the most part, and they're not shy about it. Of course, we're on a smooth road right now, so not really going to experience anything. I'll just tell you about her Forester. So her Forester is a 2009 Forester XT. I think it's the Limited. I don't know. It has the leather and the sunroof, and I mean it's pretty well equipped for the year that it is. So it lived in metropolitan St. Louis for its whole life. We found it at one owner. Brand new turbo on it, but it had a bad motor. So, did you hear that? That was it. You might have heard that too, or that. So we bought it in the fourth semester of my nursing school and had it. We brought it back up here. We went down with a U-Haul and a car trailer and picked it up, drove it back up, put it in the garage until I graduated. And then once I graduated, we took the motor out. We took it down to Ecotech in St. Louis, and they said the motor was bad. They had another motor that I was able to use. Came out of a 2006 WRX STI, I believe. And then I did a VF52 electronic boost controller. What is it? Grimspeed? Yeah, Grimspeed, cold air intake, Invita catless downpipe, and a Pro Tune. And it's been a great car. We've put 22,000 miles on it, and it's been phenomenal. I wish the windshields would stop breaking, but besides that, what can you do? There we go. There's a little bit. Just a little clunky. It just drives me nuts. A little bit more clunky. Okay. Maybe that was a little excessive. But you guys can hear the popping and the clunking. So far, I have replaced the lower control arm bushings, the lower ball joint, both sides, and then I put on some Monroe quick shocks and struts, and we've been really pleased with those. We just want to get rid of the popping at this point. Let's pull it in the garage and put on these parts. This should not take long at all. So here's my fresh OEM bushings. I got these from my boy Eli over at Green Subaru. He has always hooked me up on my parts and gives me a fair deal compared to where I can get them price-wise out in the old internet, which is good because it's always good to be able to talk to someone compared to just going on the web and just blindly searching, and sometimes you get the wrong parts and it's just like, it's a big pain in the butt. So it's always good to be able to have someone to talk to about it if you have a question or anything like that, and they've always treated me fair. So if you guys are in the Central Illinois area and you need parts, hit up Eli at Green Subaru. This one just straight up broke off. That's how hard and crusted and funky it was. Okay, well, let's hope the back is as easy as the front. I did remember when I was doing this, I was like, well, you guys are probably thinking like, well, why don't you just upgrade the sway bar and the end links instead of just doing the bushings? Well, yes, I see your point. However, we don't want to do that just yet. And this is a $20 fix that, a little over 20, that will give us the results that we want. Not quite getting us exactly where we would like to be, but it's a good compromise. I'm not going to have that funky popping noise. It's taking, the front took maybe 15 minutes with preparation, and I was trying to find a GoPro mount too. So I had somewhere to put my GoPro. Okay, let's go look at the back, see how easy that should be. all that time and I just found the mount that I was looking for to begin with. That was not as bad as it could have been. It could have had a lot more issues, but let's go test drive it and see how she feels. The fronts were definitely way worse than the rears were, but the fronts were also making a lot more noise than the rear ones were. So that kind of makes sense. As you see in the front ones, one of them broke off when I was trying to take it off because it had lost its elasticity. Okay, let's go. This car needs wash too. We just did a road trip in it. Well, so far I can't tell anything because we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't even gotten out of my subdivision. So it does feel different. It feels a bit tighter in the steering. Steering feels more responsive, less sloppy. Pleasantly surprised by that. Best $20 upgrade in the world. And don't get me wrong, I wanted to go ahead and replace the shocks and struts. You know, they had 120,000 miles of metropolitan St. Louis traffic and roads. God, their roads are atrocious down there. And also the lower control arm bushings were tearing and they needed to be replaced. It was more a thing of maintenance, and I was hoping that the popping would go away, and it didn't. And I'm aware that I probably need to go ahead and change the lower control arms, the lower sway bar end links as well, and that'll help. But I feel like this has helped substantially. I'm definitely very happy with the results. Let's just go down a bumpy road. No, it's still kind of there. Yeah, still feel it. But it feels way better. So I'm definitely pleased with that. Yeah, it's still there, but that's okay because it feels a lot better. So now the end links. Also, my new glasses. Check the digs out. Boom. I'm loving these things, and they're magnetic. So, oh gosh, I was not expecting that. The brightness, I wasn't expecting the brightness. I was expecting to take that off, but cool. Well, it's definitely handling a lot better. Sierra will be happy with that. But the road continues for the popping, and I do have the steering rack off of that Forester, because that Forester has a 2015 STI steering rack. So I'm gonna take the one that was in that one, put it in this one, because this has 150,000 miles on it. That had 40,000 miles when it was pulled. And I just want to, so I'm going to. I'm going to replace the sway bar end links. And then I think that's about it for suspension. Thanks for watching. If you guys liked the video, thumbs it up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs it up anyways. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you can see the new videos as they come out. And thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.